Hey there, folks. Christmas here. Let's get to the daily target for the 26th, which is, oh, look at that. Super fun. Super duper hyper fun. All right. I think I know what I want to do here. And I think we're going to do some flex work. All right. So what are we doing to do this? We want the background to be this magenta. Interestingly enough, well, I guess it's more a lavender than a pink. I was going to say it was pink, but no, it's a lavender. All right. That means we need a height and width on the element. I think it's 50 and 50, maybe. Now, maybe it's 60 and 60. I think that could be right. Now, we want this to be display flex. And we want 4 of them. 1, 2, 3, 4. They are all run together because we need a gap. Let's guess 20 pixels. There it is. Let's push these down. 4, 5, 6. And we're doing a lot of guessing here, right? Because what I want to do is line these up so that I can do a little bit of a rotate on each one at the end of this. Will I get it? I don't know. We're going to find out. We're going to find out real soon now. Many approaches to do here. What I'd like to do is to rotate each one of these, whatever that is, might be 5 or 10 degrees, maybe like 8 degrees, something like that. So let's push things down a little more. 5. All right, that might be right. Now I need to push these margins in on the sides. 150. And what's happened, I don't know if you can see that, because of the way a flex context works, everything's squished down. So we got to let them breathe, which means we need to spend the characters on flex, wrap, wrap. And now we've got that. Now, we do have things going kind of crazy there, and that's kind of no good. We probably need less margin. How about 1, 2? There we go. A little better. And I think these margins are a problem. Okay, so there's, okay, so. So, are we in the ballpark is the question. I think we might need to add what? Justify content center, align items center, and probably on the body we need to say height 300, or maybe even 200 or 100. 2, 3, yeah, so we got some limits there that are no good. So there's 20, 0. We might need to even set a margin of 0. So this is already, we're getting a lot of bad signs here. So we have 0 and 20. We unset the margins. How about 10 pixels? Okay. A little lower, 75. And a little more gap, 20. So is that close to correct? It might be close. Not too close. How about 25? What I'd like is for all the errors on this to be kind of the same. All right. Okay, so we have several different elements here. We need to put a rotate on this guy. Rotate 1 degree, 2, 3, and it needs to be negative for the first one, minus 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 seems to be right. And actually, it's kind of perfect for this one. I think what that means is, okay, so then B and C So I think we're happy with 10 because that lines up perfectly. But we've still got problems on the others. But so we have for the middle two, so which I just added the attribute B for, I'm going to do rotate 10 degrees. Looking good. Looking good. We got a lot of code there. Not super happy with that. But it is definitely putting us in the ballpark. So let's push these down a little. 6, 7, 8, 9, 80. And then change this gap to 20. And I think we got it. So that's I'm pretty content with that. Yeah, and that's 100% match. It's a lot of code. So the question is, do we need this justify content? And so we saw, here's what happens. So we're centering there, right? That's what forcing the center. But if we remove that, things move over to the left. So let's add some margin here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 128, 129, 130, and that does it. Great. So do we still need this align item center? No, we don't anymore. Do we need height on the body still? No, we don't anymore. Now, can we do without this margin unset? Now that messes us up. So I think we're going to keep that. And I think that's fine. What else can we do? Just because I like it, I don't think it's shorter. I'm going to do a calc on this. Calc of 10 degrees times var of an angle or factor, and then -1. And then the only thing I need on B is dash B or dash F is 1. And that works fine. So I get to shave. I added a bunch of characters and then I shaved off a few on the bottom one. But I just like it. I just like it. I know it's not shorter. It's fine. If I don't do flex and gap, then I need to set margins for each one of these. Do we have other choices? One thing that's kind of interesting that we could do is, because these are perfectly identical, we could do box shadow. So and only have 2 elements. Let's go ahead and unit replace. I don't think we got any units to change. Oh no, we do. We got the gap, and minify and submit. So we submit. Great. Now I'm going to undo, and I'm going to delete the second 2. And then I can get rid of flex wrap, can't I? Yes. And then I can get rid of this there. And then I can do a box shadow, I believe. And so I can do box shadow, which will also be rotated. There's our box shadow. And I can do an inset 1 inch, comma. And then if I set a color, change this background to be color. And then what I want to do here is box shadow unset. So now let's move that guy over. 100 over and 100 down. Let's try 60 and 60. 70, 80, 90. 65. Great. 1, 2, 3, 4, 2, 4, 5, 6, 3. I'm going to just keep adjusting these numbers. How about 4? 64, 93, 94, 95, 61, 90, 91, 92, 93, 62, 63, 4, 95, 94, 93, 92. So not great numbers there, but it's kind of working. So for this, we need a second shadow. And I think the numbers are very similar. So I'm going to make this a var. Var S for shadow. And S is going to be minus 65 pixels, and then 92.5 pixels, and that did it. Let me do submit. And that's also 100%. So we've got some math here that's very similar. Because the 92.5 is the same, we can keep that. So let's remove that, and we're going to have another calc. And we're going to set this F. Dash F is -1. So we got algebra that's going to work for us here. So I can remove this. Great. And then this is also going to be a calc. Calc. And this is going to be dash F. And it's going to be times minus 65. And that works just as well. And then I can get rid of that variable. So that's two use. So by setting this factor, this -1 or 1, we get what we wanted. So let's submit. Other changes we can make there. Can we get rid of the margin? Yeah, I think we can. So let's make this less. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 6, 61, 2, 3, 4. Great. Any other changes we can make? We could get rid of flex, but I think I'm happy with. I'm happy enough. Let's minify. Unit replace. Are there other things we can do? We got a few more spaces in the calc. Strictly speaking, the operator, so the times minus division, you want to have a space on either side of it, but in practice, I don't think that's always the case. And then we can also, oh no, we can't use the ampersand. Oh, since I forget who it was. Do the dash star. Oh no, that's not working. Or just leave it body. That's fine. There might be other tricks to do that with, but I'm happy with that. Let's submit for a final score. And that's it's still not better really, but it is doing the job. What else we got? Is there a background to remove? No. Box shadow inset, calc, and then just by setting a variable of F, we can change it all. I guess that's it. Thanks for watching. Appreciate you taking the time if you're watching on Christmas. Thanks for watching. It was a good Christmas. Low-key Christmas here. more holidays to come. Still a holiday season, December. many, many holidays that we're all having. Hope you're taking care of yourself, take care of each other, and happy holidays. Go make a webpage. Bye.